Welcome back, viewers. It's James Kalm, your half-assed reporter. And today, it's a Sunday, we're down on the Lower East Side at 155 Suffolk Street. We're gonna run into Pierogi, and we're gonna talk about an exhibition and get a tour from this guy, John O'Connor, and his son Ronan. So the title of this show is The Thin Dark Crash, How I Hate the Blue Jay. Well, I've been a big fan of John's work for a long time, and it's always good to keep track of these artists and watch their development over the years. Okay, well, we're going to talk to John and Rowan, and we're going to know a lot? Know about.
So it's a conversation with a chatbot, but I mentioned the name Noah. That's in the center.
Okay, so this is one of your pretty much signature styles, where this is all color pencil on paper.
Graphite, black,
And this has got to be about, what, 6.5 feet by 5 feet?
yeah, I think so, roughly. And I was talking to Cleverbot, is the name of the bot.
And you've got a lot of graphite in there. We're going to come in here, we'll be moving around. See the red thing there? That means you're recording. See, it says REC, that means recording. Slow down, you got to be kind of slow because people
This
get
guy's the
seasick.
master. He's the master.
All right, Roman, come over and show me what this painting looks like. I want him to see it all the way from the top to the bottom. Why don't you tell us what the title of this piece is, John?
This one, Sophia and Jackson.
Okay,
It's
make
acrylic
it slow.
panel.
You know, I thought it was interesting that you moved into paint now. instead of just working with colored pencils.
Yeah, some of them are painted. This one, sculpture has paint, and this little panel over here. Yeah, and the paint, generally the paint is...
Let's go over and look at this one.
Yeah. The letters are recessed, so you could actually kind of... So if you get up close, Ronan, you can see. I painted
Actually, the
around
close-ups
the
are good. The close-ups are good.
So you can, it's going to be good to look.
So we've got pieces here. Now, I was mentioning that you had started to paint these instead of using just colored pencils. Has that made you change your practice at all, or?
I mean, this is thinking about the language a bit differently. You know, the language in this one that you're looking at is recessed, so it's like
Right.
round, so it's almost like you could. I think of it like you could almost read it like you would just by feel or touch, because it's all
Right.
kind of like you would. But like in this one that you're moving around to.
What's the title of this?
This was Sophia and Jackson. So,
Right.
but in this case,
Sophia was born on July. Jackson was born on July 4th. You know, the other thing I'm thinking is that it seems that the works on panel, you're not using the white background that you normally start out with on paper, so you kind of have a little bit different color approach.
changed it a lot too, which is good. The big one you just looked at, I changed it, for over a year. Whereas the drawings, I kind of have to live with my decisions.
And you said this is American Sun, is that the title?
So right in the center is the U.S. but flipped.
You know what people like? First of all, hold it up. They like to see the whole thing, right? So you want to get it back so you get the whole thing in there. Now, walk up closely and go in and show some of the details. What's the title of this piece?
It's called American Sun.
Got to move very smoothly because people, that's it, nice and smooth. American Sun. Wow.
Color pencil, graphite and paper. That's a good one.
Rowan, which of the part of this thing do you like the best? Which detail do you think is the most interesting? All right, get up there and put the camera up there. Show us, yeah. Careful, there it is, okay. See, it takes a little time for it to focus in. Okay, not too close.
These
Okay.
forms are all made through tracing the contours and flipping them, kind of like as if that.
So how long would you work on something like this, John?
Honestly, this I had in the studio for almost, this is all 3 years worth of work. This I had probably for the full 3, but I started it and had just the central section, didn't quite know how to finish it, and kind of thought of the sun or the planet as a way to kind of give it a form, so I finished it right before the show actually. So.
Okay, and here's Rowan's favorite piece. Tell us what the name of this one is.
This title he knows well, because he titled it.
Yeah, what's the title of this one?
Wait, what was it again? I don't know it.
Come on, give me some good shots. Give me some
Mountain.
good video. And you know what? You know why? Because this is a sculpture. Walk around it so people can see all the different sides. That's good. Back up a little bit so we can see it from the top to the bottom. Yeah, good. Keep moving around. Now, what was the name of it again?
Rainbow Mountain.
Angle Mountain?
Rainbow.
Rainbow Mountain.
So yeah, so it's acrylic on balsa foam. It's just different sequences of numbers that are mirrored in their color and patterns from top to bottom, and then they get flipped and repeated upside down. So the sequence goes up as it grows, but also kind of moves down towards the center. So it seems like, for me, I thought of it, the form was kind of growing while the numbers were
Now,
dying out.
you must have been influenced a little bit by Alfred Jensen, am I correct? Or are you familiar with Alfred Jensen's work?
These artists I go back to a lot if ever I'm stuck. The patterns in this is based on 2 really famous chess games.
It's a nice little drawing as well. And you've actually started, I know on the other one you cut out parts of it. Is that a new thing where you kind of have this
Yeah, I think I'll do more of that too. It's the paper takes
jagged
shape.
edge that you've cut?
Yeah, same with the one over there, the edge of the paper ends.
The other thing I was noticing is that they've done a nice installation here where they're painting the walls, kind of contrasting against the pieces. And I think the other interesting thing is that these look like they're framed, but actually they're just attached directly to the wall, and then it's kind of a faux frame that's kind of nailed on there and painted. How about these texts? Where do you get the texts? Is this stuff that you write yourself, or?
It's all made up. I mean, there are
Tim
some,
was still sleeping at 6 a.m. already late for his shift at Taco Bell. And how about these kind of images, so like paste up images or things you might see in clip art catalogs?
They go from everywhere from clip art to emojis, and this is like the actual logo, Night of the Living Dead. I mean, there's like a beer can, America's Most Wanted. So there's a whole range of sources that I can draw from.
Okay, we're going to keep moving here. This is another number piece. A lot of people here. I guess this is the last day of the show?
It's closing today.
All right, well, we'll make it fast.
It's not like cracked police background, but it's so close.
And this piece has also got to be about 7 by 5 feet, something like that?
Fewer aches, you know, that's sitting in the train.
So do you use a projector for these clip art images, or how do you?
I'm trying to reproduce them freehand. It takes a while.
I can understand that, yeah.
But actually, really drawing I'm trying to make them even a little tighter so they're closer to the way they might look if they were printed. But like that, like graphite could read flat, but it's actually really, it's really
Right, if you
slowly
get it-
filled in, so there's a kind of slowness
Get it
and
the
fastness to the read.
graded light, you can see the dents in the paper.
The read kind of
Okay, well, on Monday, I ate Aline's Burger King burger, her tostado chips, her Snickers. Uh-oh. Some of these are almost like diaristic. Something out of your diary.
This is kind of like almost like a calendar of almost like a recipe plan or something, but they're actually all based on the last meals of serial killers.
The last meals of serial killers.
What they actually requested, so Timothy McVeigh, Ted Bundy, things like that. So those are the actual foods that they asked for the last meal, which they're like junk food. It's like comfort food. But I can, in a human way, kind of connect to what it's like to have French fries.
It's just
There are sort of
a slow way of killing yourself, I guess. Anyway, we're going to wrap up looking at this piece. And this one, this is all filled in with graphite, so rather than using the white paper as a background, you're kind of starting out with a dark background, and then the lighter shade things kind of float up off the surface.
This is a third piece in this interconnected series, which is an ongoing story. So this is C, which is the third piece, going to be A through Z, on the 26.
Okay.
And this is where the kind of story turns to night. So I want those
C turns to night.
black background.
Okay.
The background was a tough one. It took a long time.
So how long would you grind away on something like this?
This I worked on for about a year.
About a year.
I mean, unlike the others in this series, I finished the story ahead of time so that I could do the background because I needed to have it filled in afterwards.
Okay. John J. O'Connor, Ronan, thanks for the tour. What was the name of the show again?
Thin Dark Crash, How I Dread that Blue Jay.
Thin Dark Crash. Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for hosting me. And as we always say at the end, thank you, Kate. Hey viewers, it's James Kalm, the guy on the bike, and well, I happened to drop into the back room here at Andrew Edlin Gallery, and I saw this suite of works by the late, great Paul Loffoley, and I decided I would have to come back in here and give you a view of what I consider a very wonderful and extraordinary group of paintings. Seems that Paul Loffoley was commissioned to make this series of paintings on Elvis. And I guess there was a record producer that commissioned this, and I think that he worked on this series for about 7 years. A couple of the extraordinary things are each one of these pieces has a little curtain, so I guess you could open it or close it. And there is a timeline running across the middle of these. And so literally you've got almost a day-by-day record of the life of Elvis. Well, I've been a big fan of Paul's for years. You can go back and check the Kalm report. And I actually caught a little interview with him, I guess 6 or 7 years ago. I guess maybe this would be one of my favorite periods of Elvis. Frank and Pelvis. Paul did a lot of work, and a lot of it was based on esoteric philosophy and UFOs and various other kinds of hidden knowledge. And in that way, he kind of relates to someone like Hilma Aufklint. But Paul also had kind of a fascination with aspects of popular culture. Okay, now we're getting very busy. And obviously, he spent a lot of time just doing research, filling this all out. And I believe this was finally completed sometime in the late 90s. I'm not sure, but I would say each one of the central painting panels is probably about, 5 by 3.5 feet. The Comeback Kid. And again, more of the text. Now, a lot of this is I think, press type of some kind. But Paul was a very, very capable technician, and you can see from his photorealism that he could get down and capture whatever he needed to. The remains of the voice, here's the fat Elvis. And, well, I like this codeine, amphetamine, caffeine, antihistamine, blood pressure pills, sedatives, Demerol, Placidol, Valium, Valmid. Elvis was a walking pharmacy. The Meltdown. And this is the destination of Elvis. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the world, and we've got the black curtains. It's a little different format. You know, a lot of Paul's work also relates to the great English metaphysicist Robert Flood. And well, you can see the kinds of ideas he was working with. Hyper-hemispherical projective force from the fifth dimension. So this has been a quick run-through look at Paul Loffoley's series on the life of Elvis.